Sherman's dashing Yankee boys will never reach the coast. So the saucy rebel said, and 'twas a handsome boast. Had they not forgotten for to reckon with their host, while we were marching through Georgia.
On my head, I'm wearing a forage cap. These were so called because soldiers would allegedly stuff things they'd foraged into them. They were made of wool broadcloth and had this round shape on top, which was made with corrugated cardboard. As you can see, mine has a number 4 on here because I'm a member of the 4th US Infantry. The leather peak helps to keep the sun and rain off your face. Moving down to the main piece of clothing for a Union soldier, whether he was a regular or a volunteer, is this dark navy blue sack coat. These were made of wool, as were the trousers, which were sky blue. On more ceremonial occasions, a regular soldier might wear a frock coat, which was slightly longer, and in winter campaigns, a soldier might wear a greatcoat, if he was lucky enough to be supplied with one, or hadn't thrown it away during the summer. On the soldiers' feet were these brogans. These were very simple, uncomfortable leather shoes. However, luckily for the Union troops, they were well supplied, due to there being no shortage of industry in the north and no blockade off their coast, which meant they didn't have soldiers walking around with torn up bare feet. In terms of the accoutrements I carry, this is a Model 1853 Enfield rifled musket. This had an accurate range of about 500 meters, although a lot of the fighting in the Civil War was done in a Napoleonic linear style at much closer range than that. This was a cap-lock rifle, which means it uses percussion caps rather than the early flintlock mechanism to ignite it. This is a cap pouch, which was worn on the black leather belt. You can see with this brass US buckle here. Also on the belt would be a bayonet scabbard or frog with the socket bayonet in it, which could be attached to the rifle if you were to make a bayonet charge. Underneath the belt is this cartridge box, also with a brass US plate on it. In here was all of your ammunition. On this side I have my canteen, which was metal with a wool covering. This could be dipped in a stream to wet the wool covering, which would keep the water inside cool. It has a cork stopper with a metal chain attached to it. This is a bread bag, or more formally a haversack. In here was the soldiers' rations, and they might have a cup attached to the strap here. On my back I'm wearing a knapsack, which would contain all of the soldiers' shelter, spare clothes, personal belongings and stuff like that. So that is the uniform and equipment of a Union soldier, specifically a member of the 4th US Infantry in the regular US Army.